All right, welcome everybody to another day of live Learn from the Pros. It is Canada Day, hence me wearing red. Happy Canada Day for all my Canadian people. And for non Canadian people, Canada Day is simply Canada's Independence Day. So, shout out to all my friends in the States who are going to be celebrating July 4th this weekend. But today is all about Canada. So happy Canada Day. I want to say thank you to everybody who continues to join us on a weekly basis. I know there are probably a million other things you could be doing with your time, but you decide to come hang with me every Wednesday, and so I'm grateful. If you haven't already done so, or if you're new here, this is your first Learn from the Pros, I want to encourage you to subscribe, share the channel, like our stuff if you like it. If you don't like it, then whatever. Don't like it. But if you like and share it, and keep coming back. We're gonna. This is we got like two more, and then we're gonna take a little bit of a break to get some important projects done. But we're pretty excited about our last two guests until our little break. But during the break, we're going to continue to do stuff on my subscription platform, which is at patreon.com/Jason Reynolds Pro Audio. That's patreon.com/Jason Reynolds Pro Audio. Going to continue doing stuff there. I'm also launching a Zoom Hangout for all my subscribers, no matter what tier of subscription that we're going to have on a weekly basis. And you're going to also have an opportunity to hang out with some other industry professionals. It's not just going to be boring old me all the time. So make sure you go and check out patreon.com/Jason Reynolds Pro Audio and see if it makes sense. Subscribe and come hang with us as we continue through COVID-19, and most of us, for the most part, are sitting at home. I did have an actual gig this morning, though. Pretty excited about that. So I was able to mix broadcast for Julie Black at the brand newly, is that even like grammatically correct? The brand new Elmo Combo, which has a fantastic recording slash broadcast studio, SSL L550 plus console with ATC loudspeaker monitors. It was fantastic. I had a great time. Had to wake up really early to mix two songs, but it was fun, and it was a real show, an actual show, in the first in like 3 months. I think March 13th was the last show. March 12th was the last show I did because I flew back from the UK on March 13th. So here we are, a few months later, but we're still going strong. And today, speaking of the UK, my guest lives in the UK, and he's going to be joining us. So without further ado, I am going to bring him on live. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Danny Harvey. Danny, how are you, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. What's the weather like in the UK right now?
Oh, it's actually pretty nice today, but it's been classically miserable and raining for the last couple of weeks.
I
We
know,
did have maybe 2 weeks ago for a couple of days.
yeah, I heard it was like blistering hot there for a few days.
Yeah, like I'm right down in the southwest in
Okay,
Cornwall, and it didn't get as hot as London. It got
ah,
to maybe 25, but you
gotcha.
Celsius too. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, to be honest.
Well, in Canada, we go by Celsius, so I get
Yeah,
25. 25, like, it's funny because 25 is like hot for UK, and for the most part in Canada, when we're 25 to 30, we consider it hot. But
yeah,
then some of our viewers from Jamaica are probably watching going, y'all are
yeah,
soft.
yeah.
25. In 25, in Jamaica, if it's 25, they're wearing sweaters. It's actually
Absolutely.
pretty insane. Yeah, it's like
That's what I want to be. I want to be
the
where 25 is winter.
I know exactly. Yeah, who wants to deal with snow and rain and all that stuff
Yeah,
anyway?
I mean, Toronto winter is just
No,
uh,
nothing like it in the world. Nobody got time for that.
absolutely.
Anyway, so we don't want to keep our viewers waiting. Let's jump right into it. So why don't you start by telling everybody who you are, what you do, a little bit about what you've been up to pre-COVID, I guess, because for the most part we're all sitting at home now for the last few months.
Yeah,
So introduce yourself to the fine people watching.
yeah. Hey guys, my name's Danny Harvey, and at the minute, I guess, front of house and production manager for a band called Beartooth from Ohio, Columbus. Been with them for like a year, and before that, I was actually with two Canadian bands for Canada Day. I guess that
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
Silverstein and Cancer Bats. So I work for.
Yep. We've been
Did you lose me?
yeah, we've been losing Danny periodically, so
Yeah, I'm in
we'll definitely
it's my internet.
yeah,
Yeah,
momentarily. If anytime to those watching, anytime we have a break, just hang tight. We're gonna get him back on right away.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Silverstein I worked for like 5 years, who are based in Toronto, and then
Hmm.
Cancerbat like on and off, even now I guess for maybe 7 years now.
Cool.
So yeah,
That's
uh,
cool. Canadian band. So how'd that happen? Like you live in the UK, but you work a lot for bands based over here. How'd that connection kind of happen?
yeah. My first band I ever toured with was a band called Set Your Goals from
Hmm.
California, again American, and I guess it all started from there. So I toured with Americans and Canadians, and it's just word of mouth.
Yeah.
Um, I got that gig by just meeting a guy at Reading Festival that through a university course that I did, were asking for people if they wanted to go and work just behind the scenes at Reading Festival, and I folded towels for 3 days.
Oh, nice. Wow.
And yeah, just
Nice.
met people, used that as an excuse, and yeah, said hi to as many people as I could. And I met a guy who then ended up being friends with and wanted me to go and do front of house for a band called Set Your Goals.
Hmm.
Guess it all started from there. Obviously, I had history doing it before in local venues and stuff in
Right.
Brighton, where I lived.
Right.
So yeah, like I do remember my first ever show though, being absolutely terrified.
Oh,
Like it,
wow.
like I've done 150 cat rooms
Yeah.
in with my eyes closed in Brighton, and then get to this, and the first show was a festival with like
Hmm.
10,000 people, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, have I done the have I made the right choice here?
Right.
I remember getting there, and it's a Digico SD8, which still to this day I like.
Internet won't let us be great. Yeah,
God,
you back.
I don't understand. It goes for like 2 seconds every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember just getting to this Digico and just being like, so deep breaths.
Right.
And it went fine, and I guess still here doing it today. So
Yeah, yes, they keep hiring you, so must have done something right, right?
yeah,
um, and so shout out to Rigel who introduced this because we actually just met um 7 minutes ago when we got online, um, which is cool. So tell me what was your like first introduction to audio or music? A lot of the guys that have come on have a music background, like they play an instrument. Do you play an instrument?
I do. I play guitar and a little bit of drums, but I wouldn't
Okay,
say particularly well. But I was
right.
definitely in bands as a kid, and like that's how I found my interest in music. And then through that, wanted to record my band,
Mm-hmm.
and had a little recording studio in my garden. So I built it up through time and help through my parents. And then
Mm-hmm.
there was another guy. His name was Jess.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to come to the studio and use it as a studio, and he would bring some of his equipment with him. So with that, he would come, I think, twice a week, and I would just go
Mm-hmm.
and sit there and watch him and learn from him, and then become his assistant in that studio that I kind of started, and then took
Mm-hmm.
over it. And then from there, I found my interest and went to university to do music production because I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
be a studio guy.
Nice.
And then, as it is for many others, it ends up in live sound because university I needed to do something afterwards. I got a gig at a venue, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I still one day would like to go back to studio stuff, I guess. But
Right. What did that first studio look like? Like what kind of gear